When I married David, I knew my life would change forever. What I didn't fully realize was that I wasn't just marrying a man. I was stepping into a new role, becoming a stepmother to his son, Ethan. I still remember my wedding day vividly. The sunlight pouring through the chapel windows, David's kind smile steadying my every nerve, and Ethan standing quietly off to the side in his suit, looking older than his 18 years. He had this shy, serious look, and when our eyes met, he just gave a small, polite nod. After the wedding, moving into David's house felt like moving into another world. I had always imagined starting a new family, but suddenly there was this young man in the house with me, someone who had lost his mother and who was still finding his place in the world. At first, Ethan and I barely spoke. He'd come downstairs for meals but kept his headphones on. I would try to engage him, asking about school or if he liked my cooking, but he gave one-word answers and quickly retreated to his room. I could sense his sadness, and maybe a little resentment too. But I didn't blame him. One rainy evening, David was working late, and Ethan and I found ourselves alone at dinner. The power flickered and eventually went out, leaving us in candlelight. We sat there, quiet at first, listening to the storm. And then, he finally looked up and asked me if I was scared of thunder. I told him I loved storms, that they reminded me we couldn't control everything. His eyes softened. That night felt like the first crack in the wall he'd built between us. Days turned into weeks, and slowly, we started talking more. I began to learn that Ethan loved music more than anything. He'd play guitar in his room for hours. One Saturday morning, while David was away for work, I found a note on the fridge from Ethan. "Want to go hiking today? I'll pack snacks." I was so surprised, I almost cried. I packed a little lunch and we headed out. It turned into one of the most beautiful days I've ever had. We climbed a trail overlooking a blue lake, and for the first time, Ethan opened up about his mother. He told me about the way she used to sing to him and how he'd felt so lost after she passed. We sat at the top of that hill for what felt like hours. There was something so vulnerable and raw in him that day. He looked at me and asked if I ever felt like something was missing. I told him yes, that I'd felt that way for years until I met David and him. On the way home, he played his favorite songs for me in the car. We laughed when I couldn't keep up with the lyrics, and I felt something shift inside me, like I was finally finding my place. After that, we started spending more time together. We cooked dinner side by side, watched old movies, and shared stories from our pasts. Every little moment felt like a small miracle. Ethan started calling me a nickname he came up with himself. The first time he used it, my heart nearly burst. One morning, while David was out of town, I found Ethan sitting in the backyard with his guitar. I brought him coffee and sat down beside him. After a while, he turned to me, his expression shy but determined. "I have a wish," he said softly. I looked at him, my heart already bracing. "Tell me." "I know this might sound silly, but I wish we could have more time together. Just us. I want us to have something special. Our own thing. Like trips or music nights, cooking, all of it." I didn't even hesitate. I leaned forward and hugged him tightly. "Yes," I whispered. "A million times yes." His arms wrapped around me so tightly, and for a moment, I felt all the pain and fear he had been carrying melt away. After that day, everything felt different. We created our own little world. Friday nights became our music nights. We would pick an artist, learn songs together, and sing until we were hoarse. Saturdays were for trying new recipes. Sometimes they turned out terrible, and we ended up ordering pizza and laughing until our stomachs hurt. Sundays were our lazy days, spent in the garden or curled up watching movies. David noticed too. He'd walk in from work, see us cooking or playing music, and just smile. He knew we had formed something real, and he supported it. On Ethan's 19th birthday, we threw a little backyard party. After his friends left, he came to find me in the kitchen. He hugged me tightly and whispered, "Thank you for making this the best birthday ever." I looked into his eyes and told him, "I'm so proud of you. You've grown into an amazing young man." He didn't let go for a long time. That moment felt like a quiet promise between us, that no matter what, We would always be there for each other. When he got accepted into a music college, I was so proud. But a piece of me ached at the thought of him leaving. Before he moved out, we spent an entire week just the two of us. We played music, cooked all his favorite dishes, and stayed up late talking about his future. On his last night home, we sat on the porch wrapped in blankets. The stars above us were so bright, and the summer air was warm and still. He looked over and whispered, "You said yes to my wish. You gave me so much more than I ever expected." I couldn't hold back my tears. I kissed his forehead and told him, "I'll always say yes to you." Once he moved, the house felt quiet. But every Friday night, he'd video call me. He'd play new songs, show me around his messy dorm room, and sometimes just talk for hours. On weekends, he still came home, and we picked up right where we left off. When he graduated college, he dedicated his first album to me. The cover read, "For M, who gave me music, home, and the courage to dream." I still remember the day I held that album in my hands. I sat down on the floor and cried, feeling every ounce of love and joy we had shared over the years come rushing back to me. Looking back now, I realized that saying yes to his wish wasn't just about him. It changed me too. It made me believe that family isn't always about blood. It's about the bonds we choose to build, the love we decide to give, and the hearts we choose to open. I never expected to find such deep, beautiful love with Ethan. In many ways, he healed parts of me I didn't know were broken. His wish brought us both a kind of warmth and joy that transformed our lives forever. Sometimes I still catch him looking at me with that shy, grateful smile, and I feel so thankful I opened my heart to him. In the end, love is really just saying yes. Yes to the unexpected, yes to the moments that scare us, yes to the family we find along the way. I'm so glad I said yes to Ethan's wish. Because in doing so, I didn't just gain a stepson, I gained a lifelong friend, a confidant, and a piece of my heart I never knew was missing. And that, to me, is the most beautiful love story of all.